Welcome back to the program. Let's begin this morning on line number 1 and speak to the Mayor of Labrador City, Mayor Karen Alford. Good morning, Mayor Alford. You're on the air.
Good morning, Patty. How are you today?
I'm fine today. How about you?
I'm wonderful. I'm here with my little niece, so how much greater can life be than that?
Oh, that's right. You're on the road. And did you tell me she was 2 or 5? I can't remember.
She's 2.
She's 2. How sweet. Right on.
So we're here playing with some Fisher-Price toys that we've had going back 20, 25 years.
I'm jealous. Make no mistake, I'm jealous of your morning, no question. What's on your mind this morning, Mayor?
I'm calling now for some good news, I guess, in Labrador West and Labrador City in particular. We know affordable housing is a big issue, and as a municipality, we've been working with the local Housing and Homelessness Coalition for some time now and have supplied lots for habitat bills. We've actually supplied land as well for an affordable housing 10-unit complex, which will start to be built this spring. We've also been listening, I guess, to residents in that they would like to have land that they can actually build on. And unfortunately, in our community, there was no service land available when the boom hit, I guess. So over the course of the past year, we did have some land developed, 5 lots, in fact, that we're going to offer to the public at the cost of development. So it's about $48,000 plus HST. Terrific. And we're going to offer them as a draw. So anybody in the community who's interested can put their name in once, one time only per entry. And the draw date is, the deadline closing date is March 19th, and the draw will happen on the 26th of March. And then people that are selected will put their down payment on their piece of land, and we'll be able to get started getting their approval in principle to do a build.
Incredible idea, and the best part of it is not only giving people a shot at the land at cost, so to speak, but limiting it to one name per draw. Land draws conducted by the province are ridiculous. I mean, people putting in up like 100 and 150 because it doesn't cost anything, right? So yeah. I think it's a good move by you.
No cost for to put your name in, but we will be monitoring, and so if we see that's the same name as there more than once, we certainly won't be allowing that to happen into the draw.
Perfect.
And we'll be going at it that way. So that's one way, I guess, that we're trying to help, again, provide something the public has been asking for, and as we move forward with the development in Labrador City.
I mean, it's a good and an innovative way to do it. So far as the broad cure for these pricing issues, whether it be rent or the cost of a new home, and the affordable housing issue is one thing, because I mean, it's affordability is subjective in the first place. If we're talking about the low-income earner, then it's a far different conversation than the 2 professionals in the house bringing in 150 that still can't afford a down payment. So there are different issues. Can government do more? I'm not so sure that government has a whole lot of leverage available to control prices of rent and or properties. What do you think?
Well, I certainly do believe that rent control could be something that government could do. We've long lobbied for that in Labrador West, and I was part of the coalition when we lobbied for it, and we did have the review done. The results of the review, I guess, have never been released, but we are not hearing any positives around looking to move down that road, but we think it could be something positive, because it could also address some of the issues around substandard housing that are in our communities with landlords being able to do that. And not all landlords are like that, and certainly not all landlords in Labrador West either are gouging people. So you're quite right. The housing front is quite complex. You have affordable housing for low-income earners, and then you have housing affordability for everybody else.
Yeah.
That's an issue, right? And both issues are complex. And we feel that there can be other programs that can be looked at and inventive, especially in a community like ours where we're driven totally by the commodities price of ore, and we're very volatile based upon that one commodity that keeps our community and certainly also provides great profits to the province as well, and has for the past 50 years. So we've been working with our government partners to look at some possible innovative solutions around that. And they have done things in the past, Patty, such as doing developments with the municipalities so that you can provide land at cost, which takes away the profitability on the land. And, you know, because as a municipality, you can't take your residents' money and invest millions of dollars into the ground on speculation you're going to be able to actually sell it. So if you're doing a large-scale development, it's not hard to have $5 to $10 million invested in the ground, and if you don't sell that, then every taxpayer is losing.
I think you're onto something with the land value issue, even though they're not making any more of it, and it does take away some opportunity for profit, but that can hurt more than help in communities such as yours. Rent control, there's two different schools of thought. You think it's a good idea. I've never seen the value in it. I think that it could make things worse, personally, just with the availability of declaring something a condo and get approval to call it a condo, so far as insurance and other things go. So, I don't know, but it's an interesting conversation. I'll leave you with this question, Mayor Olford. I brought up in the past, the issues that face the relationship between the island and Labrador, and I'm wondering aloud if changing the name of the province to Newfoundland and Labrador has made things worse or made things better. What do you think?
Well, I heard your preamble earlier, and I grew up in Newfoundland, but I've now lived in Labrador longer than I was in Torbay.
Yep.
And certainly a lot of people have no understanding of what Labrador is all about and the amount that Labrador actually does contribute financially to the province. Changing a name is great in the sense of inclusiveness, but changing name is not enough. You actually have to change the action as well. And so until we actually see that, we're being taken seriously and that government is responding to the needs that are here in Labrador, there's always going to be that sense. So it's easy to change the name. It's not so easy to act upon what that really means.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair point. When the name was changed, people also use it as a way to poke at folks using just the reference to the provincial name itself. How you can hardly include us if you're not even willing to say it. If you're a politician and you say Newfoundland as opposed to Newfoundland and Labrador, I think it's been a double-edged sword. Mayor Olford, I appreciate your call. Enjoy your time with your niece. It sounds like a lot of fun, and safe travels as you return to the province.
Thank you very much, Patty, and I enjoy having listened to you now on the virtual world as your morning show goes on.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And, of course, you can listen in on VOCM.com. There's also the VOCM app you can download and in TuneIn app to hear us wherever you are at your convenience. Let's get another one before we go to the break. Line 3. Good morning, Annette. You're on the air.
Good morning, Patty. How are you?
Top shelf this morning. How about you?
Good. I guess I'm on the top shelf, too.
Love it.
I heard your comment about changing the name of Newfoundland Labrador.
Yeah.
When I went to school, which wasn't yesterday, we were taught to abbreviate the word Newfoundland to NFLD.
Yep.
And that automatically included Newfoundland Labrador.
Yeah, did it though, or is it NFLD just Newf, NF, Land, LD?
No, it was never Newfoundland ND. It was NFLD.
Yeah.
N period, F period, L period, D period.
Yeah.
Newfoundland Labrador. And we were always taught in our geography that Labrador was the big land. That's how we were taught about it. It was rich in mining. It was rich in the heritage of the Aboriginal people. And there was a mystic to learning about Labrador. And when we wrote down NFLD, it automatically meant Newfoundland Labrador. And then, of course, people went modern and changed it, to two separate words. But I mean, for my generation, and I was one of the first girls to go to Holy Heart, so that'll give you an idea of how old I am. It was an automatic thing, and there was no discrepancy or no what is this place or whatever. That has only come recently.
Well, I don't know.
It really has come through politicians.
Well, it's become very political. That's no question about that.
Yeah.
Do you understand how people in Labrador feel like they've been left behind in so many regards, whether it be investment in Labrador for infrastructure and otherwise? I know where it comes from, but I don't know if we're, once again, creating something or making it worse by perpetuating the divide. The same thing as the town in the Bayman. I think we're our own worst enemy on that one.
I think we do it to ourselves, because I remember growing up when some of the people like I went to school with, like we talk about now, he's gone off to Fort Mac to work. And when I was growing up, such a one's dad has gone to Goose Bay. And they didn't even say Goose Bay, they're gone to Goose for work. It was the place of riches. It was a rich area. And that's what I grew up with. But I don't know about now, but there were no discrepancies. It was a rich land. Yeah. It was a place that, if your dad worked in Goose Bay, Labrador, or any of that part, it was just a step up on the ladder. It was a place of richness, of money, where people went to make money. And how this discrepancy crept in, I think we did it to ourselves, and I think that political ideas did have a lot to do with it.
Well, it was a political maneuver in the first place to change the name of the province.
Exactly.
And I think that I completely understand why people from Labrador feel the way they do about it. I think, and this is aimed at people in Labrador, and please feel free to call the show, I think they exaggerate how Islanders think about Labrador. Me personally, I don't think the way they insinuate I do. I don't think of them as second-class citizens. I don't think of them as the weak sister of the province. I don't think about them as people who you get what you got and deserve, and all you deserve and be quiet. I mean, I don't think like that, but they tell me all the time I do, and it's hard to put it's hard for them to be in my shoes. Same reason and the same obvious choice of words that I can't be in their shoes. So I don't know how they feel. I just think that we're doing it to each other. We exaggerate each other's position to further our own agenda, and I'm not so sure that's getting us anywhere. And Ed, I'll give you a minute to wrap up, and I got to go to the break.
Well, I don't really have anything to say, but we've made it so difficult. It's been made so difficult to fly to Labrador. It's so difficult financial-wise. It's so expensive. I mean, you can get to Florida cheaper than you get to Labrador.
Yeah.
And these are the things that I think why people think, there's an inferiority or they're not treated properly. We've done it to ourselves. You're perfectly right, Patty. Anyway, you have a good day.
And the same to you. Thanks for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, folks in Labrador, listen, I know that you're passionate about the issue. And the conversation can only be helpful. Do you accept my point that your view of what Islanders think of Labrador is exaggerated? It's the same thing with how the townies and the Baymen get on. As if there is some huge divide where people cannot accept understanding other people's plight or lot in life, the struggles they face, the issues of the day, and not caring about the Baymen, not caring about the townies, not caring about Labrador. Is that really what people think? You tell me all the time that's what I think. I only care about the east end of St. John's, but of course, that's correct.